of Two Blocks, Part 7, Wooden Cop's Recovery and the Rest of the Sports Day. Wooden Dog, being the loyal block that he is, decided to rush over to help him and started gently nuzzling Wooden Cop's face. He let out a small sob and looked heartbroken. Wooden Block and Wooden Suave came down from the seats, holding a leaf-sewn stretcher between the two of them, and escorted him away. The next event was postponed for a week later, when Wooden Cop had recovered, and the race was declared a draw. Blocks and blocks, blocks and blocks. Welcome to the final event of the newly renamed Wooden Sports Week, exclaimed Wooden Block into the microphone with much enthusiasm. Wooden Cop could be seen to his side, with Wooden Short waving their hands in the air, babbling out nonsense on his lap. In this event, both blocks will be attempting to toss the blocks highest on the flight-o-meter, brought to you by Wooden Cogs Incorporated, and whoever tosses it furthest in each round wins a total wins a point. There will be 3 rounds, since a lack of room in this book means that we will need to move on soon, and whoever wins the most rounds wins rock tossing. Wooden Block said, breaking character throughout. Wooden Cross started off with a grunt and hit the rock. It didn't go very far, ending with a score of a measly 1.5. He let out a frustrated scream and stomped around, causing many small rumbles in the ground. Wooden Pop was trying to have a run-up when this was happening, so inevitably he tripped up. Although unexpectedly, a rock slipped out of his hand and landed him in a whopping 5. Wooden Pop then said one of his few words, which was, "Yeah!" which he exclaimed with a burst of positivity. A second round then occurred in which Wooden Cross picked up a large rock, got a 6.5 on the scale, but also stubbed his toe on it, making much more fuss than was needed, and looked more like Wooden Short than the angriest block in town. Wooden Pop was worried that immediately winning this game would make things worse, so picked up a small rock and gently placed it on the button. This barely affected the flight-o-meter, only scoring 1/8 of a point. The final round was approaching, so both sides were paranoid. When the day finally came, Wooden Cross let out an earthquake, which launched all his rocks up, where they landed in a stack, causing him to land a 10. Although Wooden Pop knew that he could have won if he hadn't been so kind in the last round, he was pleased that he had, as after many weeks, Wooden Cross finally looked content. The next day, Wooden Block held an award ceremony, as he loved them.